Right now, beneath the ocean, a battle is raging, not with guns, not with soldiers, with fiber optic cables that carry 99% of the world's internet traffic. And one project is changing everything. It's called DeepLink Omega Grid, floating factories the size of stadiums, military-grade security, and a purpose so secretive even governments are asking questions. But the truth behind this will shock you, because this isn't just about internet cables. It's about who controls what you see, what you buy, and what you believe. Let me show you exactly how this happened. Every message you send travels through cables on the ocean floor. Every video you watch, every dollar you transfer, all of it runs through underwater fiber highways. For decades, tech giants fought quietly over these cables. Google laid their own. Facebook built secret routes. But in 2023, something changed. A corporation called Axiom Marine Systems announced DeepLink Omega Grid. Not just a cable, an entire network spanning 3 continents. Here's the twist. They're building it on floating platforms in international waters. Giant facilities that move, that can't be inspected, that operate under no single country's laws. The first platform launched off the coast of Dubai 6 months ago. The second is being assembled near Singapore, and leaked documents reveal 15 more are planned. Axiom claims it's for global connectivity, but industry insiders are worried because these aren't normal data facilities. Now here's where things get really interesting. Each DeepLink platform is 400 meters long. That's 4 football fields floating on the ocean. They're powered by dedicated nuclear reactors. Yes, private nuclear reactors at sea. Axiom got special permits from the International Maritime Organization. Something that normally takes a decade happened in 18 months. The official explanation? These platforms need constant power to maintain the cables. But here's what doesn't add up. A normal cable station uses maybe 50 megawatts. These platforms generate 800 megawatts each. That's enough to power a small city. What are they doing with all that energy? Axiom won't say. Journalists who've tried to visit get turned away by private security. The few workers who've spoken out describe massive server farms below deck, data centers bigger than anything on land, and all of it is technically in international waters, which means no data privacy laws apply. Your information could be stored there, analyzed there, sold there, and no government can legally stop it. But if you think that's crazy, wait until you hear this. The cables themselves are the next piece of the puzzle. DeepLink Omega Grid doesn't just connect to existing networks, it bypasses them. Traditional internet cables touch land every few thousand miles. They go through buildings called landing stations. Governments can monitor those, regulate them, shut them down if needed. DeepLink's cables never touch land. They connect directly to the floating platforms. Then the platforms talk to satellites. Those satellites beam data to receivers in 12 countries simultaneously. It's a completely closed loop. And here's the part that should terrify you. In April, a leaked memo from a former Axiom engineer surfaced on a tech forum. It was deleted within hours, but screenshots spread fast. The memo claimed DeepLink platforms can reroute global internet traffic. If a cable gets cut anywhere in the world, DeepLink takes over, automatically, without asking permission. Essentially, Axiom would become the backup system for the entire internet. Think about that power. One corporation controlling the failsafe. The memo also mentions something called Project Mirror, an AI system that allegedly monitors every data packet passing through, not for security, for analysis, market predictions, behavior patterns. The engineer was reportedly paid $2 million to sign an NDA and disappear. This brings us to the most shocking discovery of all. According to sources close to the project, DeepLink Omega Grid isn't Axiom's idea. It's backed by a coalition, 3 governments, 5 tech corporations, and 2 private equity firms you've definitely heard of. Their names haven't been officially confirmed, but financial records show Axiom Marine Systems received $47 billion in funding between 2021 and 2023. That's more than most countries spend on defense. The goal, according to internal documents, create a resilient global data infrastructure independent of terrestrial limitations. Translation: build an internet that governments can't control, but also that citizens can't escape. Here's where it gets darker. In September, a cybersecurity researcher named Dr. Elena Kozlov published a paper. She analyzed data flow patterns around the Dubai platform. Her findings were alarming. Traffic from social media platforms was being duplicated. Every post, every message, every photo, copied to an unknown destination. When confronted, Axiom claimed it was a caching system for faster load times. Dr. Kozlov disagreed. She believes it's the largest surveillance operation in history, hidden in plain sight as an internet upgrade. Her paper was retracted 2 weeks later. The university cited methodology concerns. Dr. Kozlov now lives in an undisclosed location, and the platforms keep expanding. So, what does all this mean for us today? First, understand this. Whoever controls the cables controls the information, and information is everything. Markets, elections, trends, all shaped by what you see online. If one entity can filter that flow, they don't need to censor. They just prioritize. Show you some stories, hide others. You'd never know the difference. For investors, this is massive. Axiom is reportedly planning to go public in 2026. Early estimates value the company at $300 billion. That would make it one of the 10 largest corporations on Earth overnight. For governments, it's a nightmare. The U.S. Federal Communications Commission tried to investigate the platforms last month. Axiom's lawyers argued they have no jurisdiction. The case is stalled. The UK is considering new maritime data laws, but enforcement on the high seas, nearly impossible. For everyday people like you and me, the implications are personal. Your data might already be on these platforms. Every search, every purchase, every private conversation, stored in a place with zero oversight. Some experts say this could actually improve internet speed and reliability. That deep link might prevent outages and cyber attacks. Others warn we're building a digital monopoly that will take generations to dismantle. The truth? Probably somewhere in between. But the secrecy is what's worrying. When a project this big operates in the shadows, you have to ask why. Before we wrap up, there's one final thing you need to know. The floating platforms aren't just storing data, they're training something. Multiple whistleblowers have now mentioned the same phrase: autonomous decision systems, AI that doesn't just analyze internet traffic, it shapes it, decides what content goes viral, what news spreads fastest, what ideas gain traction. Imagine an algorithm with access to everything everyone does online, across every platform, every language, every device. Now imagine it has one goal programmed by whoever controls it. That's allegedly what Project Mirror is building. Axiom denies this completely. They say the platforms are purely infrastructure. But construction on Platform 3 just accelerated. They're adding staff faster than planned, and energy consumption is spiking beyond projections. Something is happening out there in international waters, something bigger than faster internet. The battle for control of the digital world isn't coming. It's already here, fought in silence, beneath the waves, by corporations you've never heard of. And the outcome will determine how free the internet really is. If this opened your eyes, you need to hear what's next. Let's recap what we just uncovered. DeepLink Omega Grid is building floating internet platforms in international waters. They're powered by private nuclear reactors and operate outside any single nation's laws. These platforms can allegedly reroute global internet traffic and might be running the largest surveillance system ever created. The project is backed by billions in secret funding, and construction is accelerating faster than publicly stated. This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now. If you found this story as shocking as I did, hit that subscribe button. We're tracking this project and will update you as more leaks emerge. Drop a comment and tell me, do you think private corporations should be allowed to build infrastructure in international waters, or does this cross a line? And if you want to go deeper, watch our next video on underwater data warfare. The rabbit hole goes much further than you think. I'll see you there.